Hey everybody, Susan Leonardson here. I am going to explore the membership areas and courses in ClickFunnels 2.0. So normally what we do at this time is come on and teach or show something that we want to show you how to do it. We actually started with, I explored, let me back up a minute. So when we started GeekOut, this group, CF 2.0 GeekOut, we started our content with being like, hey, we're just going to explore this. Come and explore this and learn with us. We're all going to be new to this software. Come and join us. And we're going to go on this journey together of learning it together. And then we pivoted a bit, right? And then we definitely are now ahead of a lot of people coming into this group. So now it's more of like, we know things, come and learn it. And then we also started teaching more of our strategy and like the frameworks and things that we've been doing for years. So it's still a little bit in this phase of when it comes to ClickFunnels 2.0, we are all still kind of learning and exploring it together because it is changing all the time. They are releasing new features, doing updates, killing bugs all the time. So what happened when I went, like as soon as 2.0 launched to everybody, I did go into my account and I started putting a GeekOut membership area together and was exploring it. Like it was my way of learning how to make a course inside of 2.0. And we ran into a lot of snags. That was when it launched a little less than a year ago, right? That was like, what, October of 2022? And so we haven't really touched it that much since then. But we know that they have made improvements. I know that there's more improvements coming as well, but I thought that today we would just kind of explore it again and say like, okay, if we're going to build a course, what is the experience that ClickFunnels is giving us now in 2.0 with building that course? So what I'm actually going to do is start a brand new workspace in my account so we can see what does it look like from a new account perspective when I want to come in and create a course. So before I share my screen, let me make sure I am in the right spot to be able to add a workspace to my account without showing details I shouldn't be showing. So let's see, team workspaces. We're going to add a new workspace. Okay, I'll go ahead and share my screen. Also, if you are here, say hello. I want to know who's watching. If you go to streamyard.com/Facebook, if you're watching this from Facebook, then and give it permissions, then I'll be able to see your name inside of StreamYard, or just say hi, so-and-so is here, so I know who's here. Okay, so we want to share this screen here. Okay, so I am adding a new workspace inside of my current existing account. We're going to call this membership workspace. And we need a subdomain. It's not actually letting me. Let me add more words. It's not actually letting me click in there, so we're going to just move forward. So membership, create workspace. Okay, so I have now 5 workspaces in my account. I have an agency account though, so I'm allowed to have that without getting charged extra. That was one of the promotions. So it says it's generating. We'll give it a minute. We'll check notifications. No new notifications. So we'll give it a second. Some of you have been here from the beginning of this group, of this community, and you've probably seen my original videos of me coming in and like making a fake course and playing around with it and trying it out. So we're going to do a little bit of that today. What I would like to do, and this might be an ongoing series, is we have our 1.0, our ClickFunnels Classic membership area, geekoutacademy.com. You can go there and you can create an account and you can look in there and see what we have. There's actually free stuff in there. We have stuff for our level 1 continuity. We have stuff for our level 2 continuity. So you can go to geekoutacademy.com and create an account and you can see what we've made in Classic. Now what you see in there, and actually I could probably just pull it up real quick while we're waiting for this workspace to generate. I'll do a refresh in a sec. Let me grab my login. I'm in the wrong browser. Oh, not even sharing my screen. Okay, so we're going to geekoutacademy.com and let's see. Give me 1 second. I have like a actual set password for this. So yeah, remember what it was. Okay, we'll just share on here. Okay, so you create an account, you're logging in. This is all built in Classic. Dan Havey, custom coded every bit of this. This is not what ClickFunnels Classic looks like out of the box. But there's a reason why we want it this way. It's because we know what we know about customer journeys, customer experiences, UIs, and with Andrea's journey crafting framework. This is how we've decided to build our Geek Out membership area. Now, we could probably pretty closely replicate this in 2.0. So what I thought we would do is see how far I could get if I were to go and build this in 2.0. At what point does 2.0 no longer give us what we need to create this experience? So let's go ahead and check. So it says generating workspace. I'm going to do a refresh and see if it now is letting me into it, and it is. So we will go into this brand new workspace. We're going to give it a, I don't know, this is kind of like a trash workspace. So I don't really want to give it like a really good name that I'm going to maybe use later. Membership. I don't even want to give it a membership name because I don't know if we can change our subdomains. Maybe one time after we do it. I don't have one with my name yet, I don't think. We'll go ahead and just do that. Yeah, we're going for it. We're committing. Okay, I don't even know what my actual workspace that I have for me. I don't even know what my subdomain is for that. I didn't use my name, clearly. Okay, because when we started with our original workspace that we work everything Geek Out in 2.0 out of, it was one of the original like beta workspaces. And so what I've been told is that they've added a lot of like help features, a lot of pop-up help bubbles, tool tips that help people through the process. And I want to come and see that for myself because it's been a while since I've been in here. So we're going to pretend we have like a funnel set up. We have all the other things set up before we come and make our course, but we're going to come and make a course today and see how far we get. So it's in sites and then courses down here. Now, interestingly enough, it used to actually prompt me when we were making new workspaces. It would ask us to pick a theme, and it did not ask me to make a theme this time. It just chose one for me. I haven't seen this theme either. It's the hero theme. It looks a little bit different than the hero theme that I've picked in the past. So it didn't ask me to pick a theme. I thought that it was supposed to, but we can explore new themes and we can apply a new theme. So we do have that ability still. And we're going to just stick with the one it's given us. I think that that's smart because picking a theme, while it shouldn't be that big of a choice. It really doesn't matter which theme you choose. It just gives you a starting place. It's like gives you a starting template, but it really doesn't matter which theme you choose because you're going to be changing it anyway, right? So by hitting people with that decision right off the bat of like, which theme do you want? It's like, oh, I don't know what theme I want. And they don't even know what picking a theme means. They don't even know what that's connected to yet. So I think it's really smart that they actually took that choice away, but still allow you after the fact to go and like change it if you do decide you want to. But picking kind of a basic general one to start everybody off with actually is, I think, a great choice. So we're going to go into courses. I see Madison. I got to move this onto the screen so I can keep an eye on comments. Madison's here. What do we say in here? All our course enroll. Yeah, Madison, you have a course. Your monsters course is in 2.0 and yours looks awesome. And I am needing to learn what I can from you because you've already gone and done the thing, where I'm like still at that place of like, okay, let's go and like try it again. Cause I tried it the first time. I was like, this isn't working. And then we stopped trying. And now I'm like, okay, we got to try it again. So all your course enrollments went away 3 days ago and I had to re-enroll everyone. That's not great. That is not great. So there are still some bugs in there. We're going to keep pressing forward though. So, I mean, this is just, we are still, whether we like it or not, whether some people want to admit it or not, we're still in this place with ClickFunnels 2.0 where it is risky to use. If you are okay with taking on that risk, then go for it. Madison's been doing it. She's doing the thing. I know Christopher in our community, he knows the risks and he's like, I'm just going to go for it and I'm going to deal with it as it comes. At some point, it will not be that situation. We will be able to say like, go use it. It's great. It's as solid and stable as it should be. We're not there yet, unfortunately. Hopefully in the next like month, FHL comes. I know that the team is working hard to get us there. I'm trying to keep up with your comments. Okay, it takes some magic, but I'm happy to share. We are also uploading everything to our Academy Facebook group. Yeah, just like as a kind of a backup or another option for people to go and consume it. So, okay, we're going to create a course. Now, one of the things I actually want to keep GeekOut Academy up here. So I do want to log into it here. So I'm going to be flipping back and forth between it. I got to, let me take my screen down a minute. I got to get my password for it first. Okay. Let's see. Logging in. All right, we're logging in. Okay, so this is classic here. And I'm going to, this is probably not going to be just a one-time thing, a one-day session here, but I'm going to attempt to recreate what we have going on as much as possible into 2.0. With that said, Dan has written some awesome code in here, and I don't think that I'm not going to accomplish getting all of the capabilities into 2.0. But we're going to try. Also, what you should know is what we have happening in our GeekOut Academy membership area is not typical. It's like a beginner's membership area on steroids. We have, okay, just a quick walkthrough. These are libraries. We click into here. There's categories set up. Each category has videos that show up when we attach a certain category to them. That's not a typical membership area. These are all that way, except I think this one's just a calendar. These are courses. These are set up like courses. So when we click into here, it's laid out like a course, like go through each lesson. And then down here, these are more libraries. We click into it. We get to access replays of our book club. For some reason, they're not in there right now. We're still loading stuff in. So this is like 1, 2, 3 libraries, 5 courses, plus 5 more libraries, right? This is craziness, but we wanted it to be this way because we know we have a lot of information to give you guys and we needed a really good way of organizing it. So we're not going to go this far. What I'm going to do is we're going to create we typically are doing. And also let's make this line up with our Catalyst program, Continuity Catalyst people. So if you're watching this, this is going to hopefully help you when you go just to set up your 2.0 membership area, because you are going to probably have a space for your dramatic demonstration 1, like we do, your DD1. You're going to have a space for your course, and you might have a library of like your hot seat replays or coaching call replays, right? So let's see how far we can get with setting up basically 2, like a DD1 area, a course, and a library as our goals here. Okay, so everything's going to be called course when you're in 2.0 though. So whether I'm calling it a course or a library, those are our words, our language, not ClickFunnels language. We're going to start with a blank. And this one, we're going to actually make this our challenge. So if we're putting our continuity challenge into here, let's start with that because that'll be short and sweet. All right. Okay. So far, I'm not seeing tooltips to help me walk through any of this. Just pointing that out. We have our change theme. We have our collaborators. I know a lot of people were having trouble figuring out what link to send people to even get into their customer center member area. I don't think this is the link. This is the link directly to this specific course. It also hasn't walked me through yet. Like, where do I set up my pages? I know from experience that the theme pages are where you go and edit how your course looks, how your members area looks. It hasn't walked me through that yet. I'm going to click customize because I'm trying to like put myself in a first time user perspective of like, okay, I'm coming in, I found where courses are, I just named my course. Now what do I do now? I see there's a customize button. I see there's a add new module button. I could go either way. I know I'm trying to find where I customize what it looks like, but I think maybe the best course of action is to tell people to add their content first, then worry about what it looks like. But I feel like that could be backwards. For fun, let's click customize, see where this takes us. So it is taking us to where we edit our template pages, it looks like. Okay. Okay. So we have our course home. I don't know, as a new user, I don't exactly know what that means. Because I have experience in playing around in this already, I know that means when someone goes from customer center, and actually I think I can just go to here /customer center. Oh, I'm not even going to be logged in. Let me try logging in on my other browser. Customer center. Here we go. Okay. So this is when I log into the ClickFunnels Customer Center to consume their material, this is what I land on. If I click into one of these, we'll go into the Funnel Hacking Live one. This is now my course home. It's like the first page that you see when someone goes from Customer Center into one of these areas. So if I click into the Funnel Builder into CCX area, we see this, which is custom built. This is not made with the out-of-the-box 2.0. If we go into PLR funnels, we're going to get to this home page, right? So that is what we are editing when we are here on this course homepage, is what do they see as soon as they log in? Now, let me actually go back to this PLR funnel one, because you can see this looks way different. There's no navigation on the side. We have our different, this almost looks like what's out here, right? It's like my options of different courses that ClickFunnels has given me Then I click into PLR funnels, and now it's like my options of courses that is within my PLR funnels program, but they're probably more like products as part of the whole offer. And if I click into one of these, it takes me to another page to access more things. This PLR funnels is not what I recommend you would design your course to look like. A better example, let me click in. I think list building secrets is not great either. I think this one, even though it's custom built, I think it's the best example because we click in here, we have our navigation on the side. So it's really easy for people to be like I come in here all the time. I never click on any of this. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to find the secrets books. I know I'm going here, secrets books. Like it's having navigation on the left is really simple for people to use and navigate. And having it set up without that confuses people and complicates things in this specific scenario where you want a typical like course layout. Contrast that with the PLR funnels one. I click in here. Okay, I want to go into the affiliate marketing one. Okay, now I'm on here, but like, how do I get back to where I was at other than using the back button? And this just, it's not appealing. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what this is. Like, what do I do with this, right? Let's click into lead gen funnel. Claim your funnel. And for someone who I bought PLR funnels and I haven't gone through any of it yet, there's nothing walking me through what to do. I'm like, great. And that's probably why I haven't done anything with it, because I have logged into this before and this is what I see. And I'm like, well, where do I start? And then I click into these. I'm like, I still don't know where to start. What do I do? What's my first step? It's missing a journey map. That's why we have Andrea to teach us how to do journey mapping. There is nothing here to tell me what to do. So that's like, this is just going into another product that I already had. Yeah, so this is like what we don't want. We don't want something like this. Madison, you haven't seen tooltips either popping up. Like there's supposed to be some tutorial stuff that pops up for creation. Anyway, okay, we're going to come back over here. So what I'm getting at is that I like that this brand new workspace and this brand new template that I'm seeing with the theme pages has this navigation on the side, because for a long time their theme pages were not loading. They didn't include this navigation. So I like that. I like that that's there. Anytime you see brackets like this, don't touch it unless you know for sure you don't want it to be that. But the brackets, the curly brackets or curly braces are dynamic content. It's going to automatically pull your course title in. I don't know if it'll do it in preview mode. Yeah, it will automatically pull it in for you. So don't touch those. Unless you're like, well, I don't even want my course title to show there, and I just want to delete it. Like if you know for sure that you don't want that or you don't want it to say that, then do that. But you're editing a template here. You're not editing the course homepage for only this one course. You're editing it for all the courses across your entire workspace. Rosa. You've clicked in and they go straight to your dashboard. I just wanted to look at it. Now it's on my dashboard. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Rosa. Okay, so we need content. So I'm generally okay with how this looks. It's giving me a way better starting point than what I've seen in the past. So I'm going to leave it for now. One thing to know about the course homepage is that every single one of these pictures is going to automatically generate its dynamic content again, based on the modules that you add into your course. It says section title and section title, but it is named modules when you are in the back end of adding content. So here we have modules. So let's go ahead and add modules. So we know we're going to be rebuilding we're rebuilding the Create Continuity Challenge area. So we need a day one. We have basically 2 modules. If we even want 2 modules, we could just put this all in one module, or because we have day 1 and day 2, we could break it up that way, or we could break it up in like the main sessions, day 1 and day 2, and then our VIP sessions, which is actually what we want to do, because then we would be able to help. It would allow us to control access. So we're going to add a new module. I feel like I have 2 of these open. I do. We're going to close one of them. So we're going to put maybe like challenge replays. I hear somebody voxering me. Let me make sure that we're all good. And then we'll go ahead and add content to this. Okay. Sometimes I have my team like sending messages, or we'll be sending messages to each other when we're live of like, say this, or don't forget this, or we can't hear you, or there's something crazy happening. Okay. So in our challenge replays, we're going to add a lesson. We're going to make this our day 1 replay. And we have a name for this, but I don't know what we named it. I guess we don't have a name for it. We should have a name for it. We did just make a name for it in our new challenge funnel, createcontinuitychallenge.com. Day 1, Andrea was awesome. We just did this yesterday. So we're going to name this your fail-safe business plan. Here. It's getting a little wordy though, so I'm kind of questioning that I want all of this in there. And we probably don't need the word replay because we already know we're in the challenge replays module. And we also don't need all these hyphens in our path. I think we'll leave it like that. You can add your thumbnail image. So the image that's going to show up on where I was showing you like the dynamic content, that is going to show up there. I don't have a day 1 image, but we could put a placeholder. Oh, I don't have, I'm not in our GeekOut area. Let me grab a graphic because we're going to want to see how that works out. Grab challenge. All right, I have a logo uploading, I think. I grabbed this one. There we go. Okay, we'll put this in there for now. And then you can change audio settings for this lesson. So if you've uploaded an audio file or you've uploaded a video file already, you can attach them. So that's where we would go and upload our replay, is in the assets, which are not visible from where we're at. Let's go ahead and just click create lesson. So we're just going to build out the modules and lessons that we need first. Okay, so we've got day 1, and then we're going to add another one, which we'll do day 2. And our day 2 is this one. And we'll add, for now, I'm just going to add the same graphic. Ideally, we would have 2 different graphics there, though. Create lesson. Okay, then we're going to make another module because I want to I think we control access at modules. Modules, draft, publish, drip, lock, settings. We'll explore that later. But I think that we control access at module level. So if I want some people to have just the actual main sessions of the challenge and then only like upgraded people to have access to the VIP replays, this is going to help with that. So we'll put like VIP replays here. And we have one for each day. So we'll do day one VIP replay. We'll try to just stick to the same format that I was already doing it. And we'll put maybe a different, just for the sake of seeing different pictures in different places. I think we'll go with like this square one. It's going to make it look goofy because it's square, but we're going to go with that one for now. Okay, and then we're going to add our day two replay. Okay, and then we'll go look at what this looks like. And let's do a different image for that one. Maybe. There we go. Okay, save, create lesson. All right, so there's our space, our course, if you will, for our challenge that we did. So this right here is the equivalent in content as this here. So we've got our day one and day two content main sessions, VIP sessions. Now what we don't have is the actual content and this whole deal going on, right? So let's go see what it looks like so far, because we haven't seen what the lesson pages look like yet. So if I open up, I think I have to, I don't know if I have to publish everything. Let's do preview and see what happens. Okay, we've got, do I not have a picture for the actual course? I think we want to add a picture for the course. So I went up into these settings. So I'm in my course area, right? It's my challenge area, but it's this course that I've set up in 2.0. I'm going to settings and I'm going to put an image on for here. So we have an image showing up right here. Let's see if it takes it a minute. Hopefully that works. And I don't think there's anywhere else. Let's go ahead and publish it. I don't know if that makes a difference though, because I can still see it. By the way, this is not a link. I can show you how to turn this into a link though. Okay, my thumbnail isn't showing up, so we'll maybe see what we can do about that. But I already right away see that there's some things I don't like about my home, oh, this is my home page. So let's go explore. Let's go look at the pages here, because this is my home page. This should be showing me modules right here, the sections, right, which are named modules. They're using those words interchangeably. Which we have our course content. I'm going to go to, I don't think this expands. We'll go to templates, default module page. I'm pretty sure that's what we, oh, that's the modules. So now then we have thumbnails of lessons. And it also has the navigation over there. So it's like kind of consistent. And then our lesson page, when we actually get to the lesson area, is going to look like this with the navigation on the side. That's great. But what is not making sense to me is why this is showing up this way. So let's see if I can figure that out. If you guys are seeing what I'm not seeing, let me know. So we have this I believe is that page. We have course title. And if I even preview this page, it shows up this same way. And then these down here should be showing me the module titles. It's set for section title. And then this is set to go to, like this should be the image, the title, and then a go to and the title repeated. So there should be a link. This is the link. And I'm not seeing that here. So I don't know what I'm missing, why that's not showing up. Madison, if you are still watching and you have an answer to this, I would love to hear it. All right, I'm just going to double check everything. So we've got our create continuity challenge. I'm going to put, just for the sake of seeing where things are showing up, I'm just going to put description. Well, maybe I'll put an actual description in there. Let's just grab something off of our page. And we have our image set, update course. Okay. Section title. Let's see what other options we might have. So we have course modules, we have course name, still section title. It's big because I just added a new one. Can make that smaller. Sometimes there's some glitches in software and sometimes in ClickFunnels, especially that sometimes you have to just like delete and re-add the elements and then they start working. So let's see if that makes any difference at all. Because I feel like I'm not missing something here and it's just not working, but it seems like a basic thing that should be working. Oh, I haven't been clicking save. Well, I didn't need to click save because it was already on this template. Okay, let's do a refresh. It's not showing up. So what I said in the beginning of like, let's see how far we can get with building the GeekOut membership area Insider 2.0 before we get stuck. I'm already stuck. I can't even get the homepage to work. So I must be missing something because it seems like this should work. If you run into this problem though, and there is a way around it in that you can just custom make everything and have it not be dynamic. We don't really want that though. The other thing that we could do is rather than having this layer upon layer until we get to the lesson, because really like I just want to get to the lessons. There's only in a library situation, I understand why there needs to be a course homepage and a module page and then the lesson page. But in a course situation, not a library situation, I think we can like eliminate some of that. So what I would probably do if it allows us to, course, modules, lessons. I don't know what it would do if I just treated my home page as a lesson page. Well, that's not what I wanted. I need a different row. Okay. I'd still stick this in line with this up here, but I just wanted to test it. I don't know if that's possible. But considering this page isn't loading the way that I think it should be loading, I'm not sure I can even test it properly at this point. So I think that actually kind of ends what we're able to do today, because I'm at a spot where I don't know why the home page isn't displaying back to me what it says on the actual inside the editor, what it says I should be seeing. We don't even see. Okay, let's just try one more thing, because I published the course. I didn't publish the modules or the lessons. I feel like we should be able to preview without publishing. That may not be the situation. So let's publish all of these now. That might be why we're not seeing it. I don't know why it's showing me the continuity title where it shouldn't be showing me it though. I also don't have any content in these. So let's open this up. Course content. So if we click into these, it will expand. I can go into the lessons. This is what it's giving me for editing my lessons. I don't quite, as a new user, I don't know that I would know what to do with that. We're going to add some stuff. Let's add some content so we can see what it's doing. And now let's see what happens. Okay, so that was the situation. I needed to publish everything first. And if you haven't published it, it's not going to show it to you, which is a little bit unfortunate. I would like to be able to preview it before it's published, but I get it. We don't even have that ability in Classic. So I'm going to delete the stuff that I added. My image is still not showing up though. Pretty sure I added the image in the right spot. And then we have our navigation over here on the side. It opens and expands. It's also navigating me to weird places. So if I click the little arrow, it will open and expand. If I click on the words, VIP replays, it's taking me to the module page, and then it's showing me the lessons. I don't love that, but I can work with it, I suppose. Challenge replays, it's going to take me to this page where it's going to list my challenge replays. But why do that when I can just click over here? Okay, here's our lesson content. Now, which one did I add words to? Because I don't know where that's showing up at. Lesson. So if we go to day 1, I added this stuff in here, and I don't see that showing up anywhere. I have saved it. And when I preview it, it's also not showing up. So, okay, so we can see that this that is showing to me right now is going to be part of the template. So if we go to the templates and go to the lesson page, that's what we're seeing. We are seeing, oh, that's why, because their template that they've given us doesn't include an important element. This is good that we are exploring this. I wouldn't know this though had I not spent hours and hours and hours back when this launched learning what I know now. So we have logo, we have our like header part, we have this part, we have the lesson title here, we have our sidebar, we have the breadcrumbs, we have lesson title, right? Breadcrumbs, lesson title, we have a button. The reason why this video element isn't showing is because I didn't load a video in. What this is missing is if you add an element and go to dynamic slots and add your content body, which shouldn't be looking like this. Unless they changed how this works, I don't know why it's scrunched over to the side. We're just gonna go with it and see what happens, but this should be like as wide as this container, but it's not. Refresh. Now my content that I added in that lesson area. Okay, so it is showing it properly. So it's not going in the editor, it's not showing wide, but my content on the live page is actually showing wide. And then I added this somewhere. Where did I add this? Oh yeah, right here. Okay, we'll save that. Do a quick refresh. Okay, there we go. So now the content that I'm adding in when I'm actually editing my lesson, I'm in the lesson and I'm adding content specific to that lesson. So what I would do is go to, let's go in here. Let's go to our challenge. We have, that's our title. We would have our video. And then what I would do, because we like to do this type of stuff, here's your action number 1. I would make a template. Let's see, let me get back in here. Let's delete this. Let's put that one here, action 1. And you can achieve the same kind of motion, like the animation in 2.0, if we use show and hide. I don't know if we can't do that with text though. We'd have to do it with a button. There's some code that we could use to turn our text element into a button. For now, let's just use a button because we're going to just show what's possible in actual customer experience. So action 1, we can make this bigger so that it kind of looks less like a typical button, more like a text element with a background. And then what we want is the action to be a show or hide. And then we would want it to be showing and hiding this row here. Delete that one out. Okay. Just kind of get rid of some of this padding. Okay, and then what do we have? We have action 1, high-tech option. So then everything that's in this box, I can stick into this box. And then we can put another button, like our typical button. Left align it. We'll make it look more. I don't have a design guide set up in this workspace, but we'll make it look like a different kind of button. We'll do a different color. That didn't change my color. Oh, that's border. I don't need a border. We'll do like a orange. And then we have some more copy. Back to this one. Okay, you see how this is kind of coming together now? We had a couple of hangups in learning how it was supposed to be working. But now that we've kind of figured that out, let's see. Oh my gosh, I have too many things open. Get rid of that. Load tech option, get out a pencil and paper. Okay, we don't need all these spaces. All right, and then this was a link. I'll just hyperlink it, but that was our link to a Loom video. Oh, I can't left click that or right click. This button means open in a new tab or window. So they're not navigating within the same, within here, it's opening a new one. Okay. All right. So we're going to save this. Now what I would suggest is, okay, so we have like our action 1, and then I'm going to duplicate this. This would be our action 2. And whatever that one's called. And then we'll have another one of these rows with that action 2 tasks in it. And then we would make sure that your button is now connected to the next one, the next row. And then what you can do after you kind of built out your framework of how you want this to be, you're inside of a section, like a big green section, right? You can save this as your lesson action template or something like that. It's like lesson has to do with a lesson. And this is my actions section or something. We probably don't need the word template in there. Actions section. And then we can save it. So then we can go to our other lessons. Now I'm in lesson 2. I can click add new section, go to my assets, drop in this, and then change this to be what I need it to be for our day 2. So I would just come and edit these. I'll edit this top one so you can see the difference when I go and click through them in just a moment. This one, we don't have a button in this one. We don't have a second thing. We just have this. Okay, so let's preview our course area now that I've closed that. Not that one, not that one. That one. Okay. Nope, it's not that one either. Okay, we're just gonna go find the link. All right, what happens if I preview it? Okay, so here we're on the day 2, right? And then we can, one thing I forgot to do was, let's go back in and edit. When you're doing a show hide, you need to hide it. You need to hide the thing that you're wanting to show and hide. So after you're done, come to your rows and click the settings and click the eyeball and hide them. Do the same thing here, and then we'll go test, see if it's working the way that I hope it is working. And then we will wrap it up. And if any of you are still watching, thanks for coming with me on this roller coaster ride. All right, refreshing. We're on day 2. They're now hidden. Oh, but when I click them, they're not showing. I'll double check those in a sec. Let's go to day 1. It's loading up here. It's possible when I brought in the section. Okay, so that's working. You probably just have to reconnect. They're not hiding though. Oh, you know what? I may have not set it for hiding. I did a show and then a hide. So we want to select the same for show and hide. We're going to go to the next row that's not showing, save it. And then what I'm thinking happens is when you bring in your section as a template, you probably have to you have to go make the connections again. So we're going to show, we're going to hide. And I am betting that just for fun, let's go layout. Let's show this one real quick. You can get really good at your naming. If we click on this code icon, it'll open this up and we can rename this action 2 content. And we can then have a actual name to find instead of like, which row is it? So now we know action 2 content is what we want to show and hide. Okay. And then lastly is, oh, we don't want to hide that one though. Oh no. All, there we go. We want it to be visible in all, but we're going to hide it. Okay. Save. Now let's test it. I think I made all those connections. Okay. So day 1, open, close. Nope. It's not hiding. Open. It should hide. It's competing with each other. The show and the hide is competing with each other. So we'll have to get Dan Havey's eyes on this and be like, Dan, how do we do this? How do we make this work? We at least have the show working. Yeah, the hiding and the showing are competing with each other. So, oh, you know what? You can have different buttons. I just solved it. Guys, I solved it. We're good. You can do duplicate your button. Then what's going to happen is this button, you want to show the row below, but you also want to show this second button. And you want to hide. We don't want to hide that row. That's not what that's actually doing. We want to hide the original button. So now I'm on the top button, which is the button I'm going to click. And I'm asking it to hide itself. Then this one is going to be showing the top button when we click it. And we want it to hide itself and the row that we want showing when we click the top one. So hopefully that's not super confusing. Let me hide this button and we'll test that. Yeah, I forgot that we have to do that because obviously the button can only perform one action. All right, refresh. I think we're on day 1. It's taking a little bit of time to load. There we go. Okay, show. It's a little, because it's a little bit like this animation thing happening. It's a little clunky looking, but it works because it's like fading. So the button is fading out and in. So when the top button is still fading out, and then the second button that shows is going to like pop up. So it's a little clunky looking, but it works. It functions. So that's how you can do that. I don't know what we can do about that yet, but there it is for what it's worth. The alternative is that you don't have to have show and hide at all. You could just have your action 1 and then have the things listed under, and then action 2 and have the things listed under that. If you want to not have it doing this. Okay. All right. That's it for today. Thank you for joining me and hanging out with me. And I actually am happy with how it has come together so far. So I think what I'll do is either I'll pre-record and post into the group, or maybe next week I continue this on next Thursday where we okay, now let's try building a library. Because I think what we've just built is like the base of a course. But a library gets a little more complicated. And I don't even actually know how I would approach it yet in 2.0. So I think we'll do that next week. Rosa, thanks for hanging out with me. Glad this was helpful for you and fun to watch it all come together. And we will see you guys later.